Hello, and welcome to the August 24th Sunday Solve, which is what I am going to start calling these weekly walkthroughs of the Sunday Clues by Sam puzzle. For today, in the first row, we have Betty the Mech, Cheryl the Mech, Diane the Pilot, and Erwin the Cook. In the second row, we have Floyd the Judge, Gabe the Farmer, Hilda the Pilot, and Joyce the Builder. In row 3, we have Keith the Coder, Linda the Farmer, Mark the Pilot, and Nicole the Cook. In row 4, we have Olivia the Guard, Phil the Judge, Rose the Builder, and Sarah the Builder. In row 5, we have Tyler the Judge, Vince the Guard, Wally the Coder, and Zavi the Mech. We are getting our first clue from Vince the Guard in B5. He is saying an odd number of innocents below Gabe, neighbor Wally. Gabe is in B2, so this is column B, which Vince, who is innocent, is also in. Wally is C5, adjacent to Vince. And Wally only has one other neighbor in column B, that being Phil. 1 is an odd number, so there is only one innocent next to Wally in column B, meaning Phil the Judge is a criminal. Phil is now telling us neither of the two innocents neighboring rows are in row 4. Rose is in C4, so we've already figured out that Phil to her left is a criminal. Sarah to her right must also be a criminal. Now Sarah is telling us that exactly 3 of the 4 criminals neighboring me are Rose's neighbors. So if Sarah has 5 total neighbors, four of which are not Rose. That means if only 3 of the criminals neighboring Sarah are Rose's neighbors, then the 4th criminal has to be Rose herself. Now Rose is telling us there is an odd number of innocents in row 5. So we discussed before that 1 is an odd number. 3 is also an odd number. So if we have, for example, 1 innocent neighboring Sarah and Rose, then Tyler could also be innocent to bring it to 3. Or we could look at the scenario where Vince is the only innocent in row 5, and there is an innocent neighboring Sarah in row 3. So let's go back through our clues. Neither of the 2 innocents neighboring rows are in row 4. We've ruled out the 2 in row 4 neighboring rows. We know she already has 1 innocent in the form of Vince. So as long as so Nicole or Mark could be innocent, and row 5 still could be mostly criminals. There's an odd number in row 5 is what we've been talking about. Now let's circle back to exactly 3 of the 4 criminals neighboring me are Rose's neighbors. So we know there is that 1 innocent neighboring Sarah, right? So it could at this point be Nicole, it could be Mark, it could be Wally, it could be Zavi. However, what that means is the 1 innocent neighboring Sarah is going to bring Rose to 2 innocent neighbors. So Linda has to be a criminal. Now Linda is telling us that all criminals in row 3 are connected. Remember how I said earlier that either Mark or Nicole could be innocent? The thing is, if Mark is innocent, Nicole would have to be a criminal. And then all the criminals in row 3 would not be connected. Therefore, while the innocent still could be Wally or Zavi, Mark cannot be the innocent and is therefore a criminal. So now Mark is going to tell us there's an odd number of innocents neighboring Sarah in row 5. Sarah is in D4. We now know that the one innocent neighboring her must be either Wally or Zavi. That is going to tell us two things. First, that Nicole is a criminal. And second, that Tyler is innocent. Because remember, we have to have an odd number of innocents in row 5. So if there are at least 2 innocents in row 5, there must be 3 innocents in row 5. So Nicole's clue is there are more innocents in column A than column C. Probably going to be useful down the line. Tyler's clue is Sarah and I have 2 innocent neighbors in total. Well, we know Sarah is going to have 1 innocent neighbor, either Wally or Zavi, and Tyler already has 1 innocent neighbor, Vince. 1 + 1 = 2. So Olivia must be a criminal. Now Olivia is telling us all innocents to the right of Tyler are connected. Okay, so Wally is the innocent, and Zavi is the criminal. So Wally is telling us Hilda is one of Cheryl's 4 criminal neighbors. Okay, let's mark Hilda, who does not have a clue. And then Zavi says there are as many innocent coders as there are innocent judges. Well, we've got 1 innocent judge in the form of Tyler and 1 innocent coder in the form of Wally. Of the rest of the revealed judges and coders, well, there is 1 criminal judge, but obviously that doesn't count toward the tally. For unrevealed, we've got Keith the coder and Floyd the judge. So either they are both going to be innocent or they are both going to be criminals, so I'm just going to leave them marked like that. Let's see. Neither of the 2 innocents neighboring rows. We have found all of Rose's neighbors. Hilda is one of Cheryl's 4 criminal neighbors. Well, Cheryl has 5 total neighbors, so Cheryl can only have 1 innocent neighbor. That I'm not sure we can narrow that down just yet, though. We have just talked about the equal number of innocent coders and judges. We finished off there's an odd number of innocents in row 5. All criminals in row 3 are connected. That's going to be true regardless of whether Keith is innocent or a criminal. There's an odd number of innocents neighboring Sarah in row 5. We completed that. There are more innocents in column A than column C. Well, now that we know about the judges and coders, if we combine this with Cheryl's information, we might be able to make some headway here. So right now, column A and column C both have 1 revealed innocent. So there's a couple possibilities here. One is there are no more innocents in column C, and at least 1 more innocent in column A. There could also be 2 innocents in column C and at least 3 innocents in column A. So let's start looking at some scenarios. Let's say Keith and Floyd are both innocent. That is going to give Cheryl her 1 innocent neighbor, meaning Betty, Gabe, and Diana would all be criminals. And that does satisfy the condition of more innocents in column A than column C. If instead we assume that Keith and Floyd are criminals, well, in order for there to be at least 1 more innocent in column A than C, Betty would need to be innocent. And then Gabe and Diane would still be criminals because Cheryl has only 1 innocent neighbor. So no matter what, Gabe and Diane are criminals. Gabe does not have a clue for us, but Diane does. Vince and Floyd have an equal number of criminal neighbors. We already know exactly how many criminal neighbors Vince has. 3. They've all been revealed. Floyd is column A2, and Floyd has 2 revealed criminal neighbors. So there are still a couple possibilities here. Keith could be a criminal neighbor if Floyd and Keith are both criminals, or Betty could be a criminal neighbor if Keith and Floyd are both innocent. Regardless, Cheryl has to be innocent because we can't exceed 3 criminal neighbors. Now, Cheryl is telling us there is only one innocent above Olivia. That is very useful because it confirms that Keith and Floyd are both criminals, and Betty is the only innocent above Olivia, because otherwise Floyd and Keith would both have to be innocent, and that is more than one innocent above Olivia. Keith does not have a clue for us. Floyd does not have a clue for us. Betty is telling us if Erwin is a criminal, then so is Cheryl. We already know that Cheryl is innocent. That means Erwin must be innocent. Now, Erwin is telling us there are 6 innocents in total. That means Joyce, the builder, is a criminal. And that is how I solved today's Clues by Sam. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, I think YouTube is not allowing me to turn on comments yet, but you can always reach out via Blue Sky.